sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill, up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know the name, you know the voice, you know why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I'm the Podfather. I'm a 23-year-old piece of gold, and for the remaining few hours, I am still the Bulletcast champion. 68 days as we speak. April 5th, 2019. Today we are doing a watch-along to WrestleMania 25, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Hell trying to get to heaven. They say it's the greatest wrestling match of all time because it is. It absolutely is. It's probably the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. I'm joined by the Canadian Destroyer Brandon, live and in person.
Yes, unlike WrestleMania 5 where we were over the phone, this time we were in person, hopefully better audio quality. You say it's the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, but not according to Mania Madness. It was beat out in the Final Four.
Yes.
To its counterpart, the sequel, WrestleMania 26, Taker and Michaels, which maybe we'll do a watch-along of it next year.
You never know. Alright, people, you can go check out the finals of the Mania Madness that we did on the Bulletcast a few days ago. So, today's NXT TakeOver, New York. So, just trying to get in the WrestleMania feel of it,
Big day in wrestling. WrestleMania weekend really starts off on Thursday.
Yeah.
With some of, the Evolve shows and whatever, the other kind of lower-level shows. And now, Friday, the day that honestly, I think NXT TakeOver is going to be the best show.
Dude,
of the week.
Including the Raw and SmackDown after Mania, there's 40 events going on WrestleMania weekend.
And honestly, that kind of seems kind of low.
I know. You think it'd be more, with WrestleCon and I know Pat Buck does something, Joey Janela's Spring Break type deal. I know Joey Ryan put on a show, and then of course you have the G1 Supercard, which people didn't think was going to be that good. Then they snuck in some good stuff. They got Okada versus Jay White for the IWGP title. They have that triple threat ladder match for the Ring of Honor title, and they got Naito versus
Ibushi.
Naito versus Ibushi for the the IWGP Intercontinental title. I know the Rev Pro title's on the line, so it's, that G1 Supercard is sneaking up on us, man. I might have to tune into that, after I watch the WWE Hall of Fame, of course.
But anyways, let's get back to why we're here.
Yes.
WrestleMania 25.
Yes. So we're gonna start off at 2 hours and 31 seconds. Wow, this WrestleMania was just under 4 hours.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh yes. This only had
WrestleMania 35 is about to be 6-7 hours, and I'm not ready for it.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for all of it, man.
I need to take a sick day on Monday. I gotta wake up at 7 o'clock to do school, and I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah, you might have to take a day off. It's completely understandable. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the point of this is, it's like I said, hell trying to get to heaven. Shawn Michaels said he's done everything in his career except end the streak, so that's what he wanted to do. He ended Vladimir Kozlov's streak in the process of getting to WrestleMania 25. He beat him on a Raw back in February of 2009. This was during the era where he gets emancipated from his duties of being the lackey of one John Bradshaw Layfield. So yeah, we've skipped the entrances, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to get right down to the good stuff, right down to the meat of why we're here. So we're going to start at 2 hours and 31 seconds. Countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. Oh yes. You can probably hear the commentary in the background. Taker with some nice guy liner.
And Shawn Michaels with a nice little scuff on his nose.
Yeah. It's crazy, They say in wrestling you hit your prime in your mid to late 30s into your early to mid 40s, and that's the perfect example of this right here. These guys were in their early 40s when this was going on.
And I'll be honest, this was during the time where I wasn't even watching wrestling. And so when I got back into it, 2011, 2012, kind of going back, trying to learn more about WrestleMania history, trying to watch all the different WrestleMania matches, I obviously found out this was one of the best matches of all time. So I went to go back and watch it. As I said, at the WrestleMania 5, I have pretty much every single WrestleMania up until the recent ones, 30, the network WrestleManias, we'll say. And when I saw this for the first time and everyone's saying it was one of the best matches ever, and I was kind of skeptical because every time when someone says it's the best thing ever, your expectations are a little raised and they just never seem to meet it. But this match did meet it.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting goosebumps just watching this, man. Beautiful chop by the Heartbreak Kid.
See, like, I understand how you can say this was, the best match you've ever seen because you watched it live, you watched it, you saw the build and everything. But then for me personally, I didn't watch it live. I just saw it in a can. But then I have kind of a special place in my heart for the WrestleMania 28 match with Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Undertaker, just because I saw the build for that and I was able to, kind of appreciate all the little things that they did in the match.
Yeah, I mean the 28 match. Michaels feigning an injury as he would do throughout his career, stuff like that. The 28 match, my heart nearly stopped when the super kick and the pedigree happened. I legit thought the streak was over at that point in time, but it wasn't, and that match was amazing. We should probably do a watch along to that someday. That was awesome.
And in this match, I mean, obviously it stole the show. WrestleMania 25. The main event was Triple H and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It had like it had a lot of heat behind it because it kind of had like the personal aspect of whatever Triple H or Randy Orton. Who went in this one's home?
So Triple H went into Randy Orton's home and basically beat the hell out of him on his property because Randy Orton DDT'd his wife, RKO'd his wife, kissed his wife, punted Shane and Vince in the head, threatened to sue the company if he didn't get his contractual obligated match at WrestleMania for the title, which he won the Royal Rumble that year. It was a lot of great stuff. The build was great. The match.
And this is probably maybe the best show-stealing WrestleMania match of all time. I mean, I think obviously WrestleMania 18 was kind of a show-stealer, but it was kind of a show-stealer for a completely different reason.
Yeah. This, like I said on the pod last week, this was the first wrestling high I ever got. For those that don't know what that is, it's after the duration of a match or even an event, you're tired, not because of how long it is, not like WrestleMania, but because of, the spectacle that you just watched, Taker going for the leg drop. Oh, no, he went for an elbow drop. My bad.
Thought you would have known every move that they've done in this match. We've seen it so many times.
You forget here and there. Ooh.
It's just how crazy how these Undertaker WrestleMania matches from 21 to 29 were so great, even though he was never really recognized as being a great wrestler, technically speaking.
Yeah.
And then he goes in at once a year. He's always going to pull out all the stops, and he has these great matches, and especially these two that he had with Shawn Michaels at 25 and 26. I mean, obviously Shawn, arguably one of the best wrestlers of all time, so that is a reason why the match is so great. But you got to give it up for Undertaker, who, I mean, even when he was in his prime in his 20s, WrestleMania 9 and whatever. I mean, obviously he was wrestling Giant Gonzalez. He's no Shawn Michaels. But, I mean, in his prime, Taker could have good matches, but he never really had, all-time classics like he had later in life.
Yeah.
Which might be just him being motivated because he never did have those classics, to try to have them here at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Michaels did a shin breaker, then a chop block. You don't really see moves like that. You don't really see people work body parts a lot anymore. That just adds to the psychology of the match. Michaels would have kicked to the skull of the Deadman. Cultaholic, they did a underrated WrestleMania matches video, and there's Michaels and not Michaels, it's Taker and Diesel WrestleMania. I think what was it, 12?
I believe it's 12.
Yeah, it was 12.
No, 13 is Sid.
13. So that was 12 because Diesel leaves with Hall that year. So yeah, I mean that was underrated there.
I mean, Undertaker does have some kind of underrated WrestleMania matches. I mean, I do like the one he had with Ric Flair and the one he had at Triple H. I mean, he's back in the Attitude Era Undertaker. He definitely would have some good walk and brawl, some good hardcore matches. So it's not like he was just, trash until these WrestleMania matches he had, from 25 to 29 or whatever.
Yeah, I think 30 was when you really saw the downfall of Taker in ring.
I mean, that one's kind of hard to say just because he did get a concussion that year, that match. So he was kind of out of it, but then even when you go to WrestleMania 31, he wasn't all there. 32, you have Shane. 33, I mean, the Roman match was good, but it's almost kind of like what we're seeing with Kurt Angle now. Like, we see maybe flashes of what he used to be, but all in all, it's not there, and he should just stop wrestling.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of crazy. That streak, it added that extra oomph to Mania. Like, you have to watch for, oh, this match is going to be good. But then, of course, you have the streak match, which is this person going to do it this year and all that other stuff.
It's just an easy story to tell. I got to win to keep the streak alive, and I want to beat the streak because that cements my place in history.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we've talked about it in the past about was Brock Lesnar beating Taker the right choice. And maybe at the time, we thought, okay, you build Brock up strong, you can do something, and somebody gets a rub from the rub that Brock Lesnar got. But I just think after what you've seen happen with Brock Lesnar over the last few years, that he didn't need to beat the streak. And I mean, especially since Taker has come back the last 5 years and kind of watered down maybe not his career, but if he had the streak against Bray Wyatt, against Shane McMahon, those matches,
there's a leg drop.
Those matches would have meant a whole lot more. But then maybe Roman Reigns, I mean, if Roman Reigns did beat Undertaker at WrestleMania with the streak on the line, how much heat would Roman Reigns have gotten? Because if someone beat the streak, you might get some like bad heat to it.
Yeah.
So I think Brock Lesnar might have been the right person in that respect because he just doesn't care, and he got, you know, not go away heat, but legitimate heat about people getting angry that he beat the streak. So
crossface.
Shout out to Michael's tights. Those things are clean.
Oh yeah, those are some nice pants, man.
The nice chaps. And then Taker just straight up black singlet with the pants. Not a whole lot there.
Not a whole lot. One of my favorite commentary teams, Jim Ross and the King.
Hopefully Jim Ross goes to AEW. We can see him one last go around because I think JR wants to commentate, and if WWE ain't going to do it, he's going to do it somewhere else.
Yeah, JR said they're going in a younger direction. Which, you know, it's fine. This one was in Houston, Texas, I believe, yeah.
Just another layer to it, both Texas guys at this match.
Exactly. San Antonio versus Austin. Taker's got some thin legs there. I really realized that. For being as big as he is.
That's why he wears those high boots. Gotta hide the calves.
It's always been said that Taker's probably the best striker in WWE history. The flying elbow.
Wait for it. Wait for it. And there it is.
Nip up by Michaels. And then the sit up by the Deadman. Oh, he didn't do it?
You gotta save that for the big moment. It's almost like we talked about WrestleMania 5. It's almost like him hulking up.
Ooh. Atomic drop. Chop. Another atomic drop. Another chop. Oh, Michael Cole was on commentary here too.
So that's the greatest commentary team of all time. Is Cole, Lawler, and JR.
I just heard his voice. I forgot he was on commentary. Michael's going for his famed elbow drop. Oh, there you go. There it is. The sit-up. Went for a diving axe handle, gets caught in chokeslam position. Ooh. Hell's Gate. This one, Taker started changing up his arsenal.
See, like that exchange, it was awkward, but it might have been planned, but they played it off well, and it looked legit, and it's just how a fight would have been. You know, he went for the kick, he kind of blocked it and fell down, and instead of just, like, mulling over, like, oh man, we messed up, or something, he just went straight into the figure four, and then just, it's a nice little submission wrestling, and just little things like that. Because some guys, if, I'm not saying that was a botch or anything, but if somebody, you know, went to go do something and something happened that wasn't supposed to happen, some guys, you get that deer in the headlights look, and they just don't know what to do, even though, sometimes they just do the exact same spot over again, and it just looks fake as hell, or just what they should do is just forget about it and move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Taker going for the leg drop on the hardest part of the ring. Make sure you get your drinks ready for every time they say that at Mania.
Once again, this is not the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. It's the 25th WrestleMania. Technically, the 26th anniversary would be 26 because you don't celebrate the day you're married as your first anniversary.
Ooh. Gotta watch out for your hammies there, bro.
Or the tailbone.
Very possible. No, I get what you're saying, but they probably just... Vince thought it sounded nicer. It's the 25th anniversary, damn it. Baseball slide. Very nice. Michaels, he's getting pretty thin up top, eh?
I feel your pain, Sean.
I think I feel his pain. It's getting bad.
Even though we're 20 years younger, we feel your pain.
Yeah.
I gotta get on my biotin.
Yeah. Going for the moonsault, gets swatted away. Listen to the way his legs smack the mat. Jesus. I know it's a protective mat, but that still has to hurt.
Those might be thick wrestling pads, but I am not jumping 15 feet in the air and landing on those things.
Dude, even when I've landed pretty wrong on a regular wrestling mat at practice, it's still, that smack hurts, man.
And that's on top of a concrete floor.
Exactly.
So, maybe a few inches of foam between you and concrete.
Yeah, people didn't realize that top rope's like 12 feet off the ground. And then, add to your height to it, that's a pretty hefty fall. Oh, we're getting ready for the big spot. Another sit-up by the Deadman. He's going for that famed over-the-top rope tope plancha that he normally does. Here we go. And boom! Crashes on the cameraman. For those of you who don't know, that's Jimmy Snuka's son. He was Deuce in the tag team Deuce and Domino.
Shout out Cliff Compton.
Yes. Shout out Domino. Follows me on Twitter.
And that could have been very dangerous. Like, he tucked his head at the very last second, basically fell on on his upper back instead of falling on his head.
Yeah, no, that was the botch of the match. The dude was supposed to catch Taker pretty clean, and yeah, that did not look good.
Well, you gotta...
I think he was fired right after that.
You got like a 6'10", 200 plus 300 pound dude, basically a lawn darting with his head going straight for the mat. It's almost impossible to catch him and let him down safely.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna see the replay. Gonna see it once again.
And then plus the camera right there. Oh my God, Jesus.
I think instead of maybe doing a camera, I don't know exactly what you would do, but maybe you just have him play up as being maybe like the cable guy to the camera, or even like a physician or a doctor, just so that adds, because that camera it might be a gimmick camera, but that just adds an extra layer of something maybe going wrong.
True. Michaels rolls back into the ring. Oh my God! Look at that. It. Maybe he should have shaved his head.
People talk about the Brock Lesnar botch. I don't think as many people talk about this one as much as they
Yeah.
should. It's almost maybe more dangerous because Taker's an older man. He doesn't have the neck strength, and this is on the floor. It's not on the mat.
True. Michaels rolled out to the ring to get the referee. He's gonna tell him to count him out. Oh my goodness. Just Jesus Christ. It looks like Taker just landed right on his skull.
Then the mic and the camera being crunched, it makes it even worse.
Yeah. Michaels is trying to help the ref come to, and he's telling him to count him out. You know, I've always thought, like, if Brock didn't have to end the streak at 30, he could have, like, F5 Taker on the outside, and then they could have been at 9. He could have just threw him in, tried to get in the ring, and then the ref would have counted 10. The streak still would have been intact. Brock could have attacked him after, and then something like that.
I think at this point the streak should never been broken. It should have
Just let him go out with it. What was the streak before Brock ended it? It was like 21-0.
Yep, the 1 and 21-1.
Yes. Paul Heyman, of course, being the one behind the 1 and 21-1. And the Deadman makes it back in. All the drama. I forget what venue this is.
You know, in WWE, sometimes the count out doesn't have that much drama compared to maybe like New Japan. I think New Japan does a good job at having like good drama.
Yeah, there's just 20, right?
In their count outs. And I think sometimes it can be like the cadence and it just gets dragged out. But that's one of the few times where a count out like legitimately could have ended the match, and it was a good way. Good little false finish there.
Yeah. He's going for it. Choke slam. Got some height on that, huh? 1, 2. Big kick out by HBK.
I mean, in-ring wise, this match is fantastic, but almost like WrestleMania 18 with Rock and Hogan, the crowd makes it that much better because the crowd is just into this match.
Yeah.
Like a lot of matches you see, there's a bunch of flips, there's a bunch of high spots, and yes, maybe in-ring wise it's good, but if the crowd's not into it, that's what all wrestling's about, is drawing money and having fan interest.
Michaels averts the tombstone. Went for the super kick. Nope, doesn't get it. Going for a chokeslam. Swipes the hand away. Boom. Back when the super kick meant something, man. Back when it wasn't just used like a clothesline or something. Big kick out by the Deadman. Yeah, I think Michael's super kick my favorite finisher of all time. Another nip up by Michaels, and there's a deranged look on his face. Uh-oh. Taker has his hand around the throat. I was going for the last ride. Oh, sunset flip type maneuver. Nope. Nice kick in the gut by Taker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jesus Christ. Taker throwing kind of a fit. Taker going to the top rope. I think this is where it goes for the elbow drop. And misses. Taker didn't go to the top rope that often.
And you see why.
Yeah. That was more Kane doing his diving clothesline off the top rope. Uh-oh. Throws Shawn over. Shawn hangs on. Calling back to that Royal Rumble 95 spot. Uh-oh. Gets caught in the tombstone position. Kick out. It's probably the most famous picture from this match. Taker's expression on his face.
It's a meme.
It is.
Not gonna say some of them because some of them are kind of dirty, but those are my favorite memes. Are the dirty ones. Gonna keep it classy for the kids out there.
And a kick out, as you heard. If you can hear the commentary, then lucky for you. Uh-oh, the straps are coming down.
And Jerry Lawler knows when the straps come down, Ish is about to get popping.
Yes. The sign of it's about to be over. Shawn looks like he's taking a nap, eh? Oh!
Not the cleanest DDT in the world.
Yeah, it's no Jake Roberts, but you know it did something. Bought him some time.
Yeah, I mean, Shawn Michaels definitely selling his ass off right here. Just basically, as you said, was taking a nap, hits one move, still taking a nap, just selling the hell out of it. I mean, that's what Shawn Michaels did best, is just putting sympathy on himself, selling, and then making his comeback. All the moves he could do, hundreds, thousands.
Yes.
Now going to the top rope once again, maybe one last hurrah.
The slow climb to the top.
See, like the psychology here is like you want Taker to win, you want to keep the streak alive, but Shawn is just working so hard and trying everything he can. It's like you almost want to see him do it because he's giving every last ounce of everything that he can. And he hits the elbow drop, and once again, not a fast pin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors in there.
Rolling the wrong way.
They're older, it's going to be harder for them to hit some of the moves.
They've done everything, and this is the one thing that is still out there that Shawn hasn't done.
I know they've both won Rumbles, world titles, other championships, other accomplishments, other accolades. And Shawn thought this would be a perfect career accolade to end the greatest streak ever. Tuning up the band. Boom!
The other kicks weren't very clean, but that one hit him right in the mush.
No, the one from 24 on Flair, that was right on the jaw. Oh my god. Did you hear that? Did you hear the crowd? It was amazing.
Sometimes watching a match live without the commentary is helpful, because if you saw there, Jerry Lawler's like, "Oh, the streak is over, it's done," and watching that in person, watching that on the TV, like, okay, the match is definitely going to keep going, because they never do that. That's one of the things I hate about commentaries. They always try to do the, they say it's going one way, but it's going to go the other way. And so when you're watching it live in the stands, no commentary, you're basically like giving yourself your own commentary in your mind, just watching the match. And I mean, even like the simplest of moves you think can be over just because you're there in the moment.
Absolutely. There are times when I'm at WWE show and I feel like a match is pretty good. The crowd's good. Sometimes I do go back and watch that match just to hear the commentary. Beautiful. Two old gunslingers going out there for one last ride. You think Taker can still throw hands?
I mean, let's just say he'll have the reach advantage over me. I'll give him that.
You got the power?
I don't know about that. I mean, as much as I just bury the commentary right there, I mean, JR is doing a hell of a job right now, just telling the story about these two guys just leaving it all out there.
Absolutely.
Sit down, LeBron.
That Cavs jersey is real nice. Ooh. Shawn throwing elbows at the dead man. Some more chops. The chop might be the most brutal move in wrestling, man.
Maybe a little callback to Ric Flair match Shawn Michaels had last year.
Yes.
Using all those chops.
That match, Flair threw a crossbody out there in that one.
He finally hit one off the top rope.
He did.
And then just like Shawn Michaels' retirement match, we're not going to talk about what happened afterwards.
Shawn.
And this plays into WrestleMania 26.
Yes.
Going for the moonsault.
The moonsault, he gets caught. I'm surprised he caught him that clean. And tombstone. Uno, dos, tres. It's over. 17-0 at the time.
And then just laying there, letting the crowd just soak it up, just selling everything, both the guys down. And then, as I said, this plays into WrestleMania 26. Shawn saying basically he wrestled a perfect match, except for that last point. He goes for he went for that moonsault, and if he didn't go for it, Maybe he would have won.
Yeah. Nearly perfect match and all that other stuff. I mean, this was amazing.
I mean, people talk about the greatest trilogies in wrestling, Savage or Steamboat and Flair, then Omega and Okada, but this might be the best two-match sequence of all time with WrestleMania 25 or WrestleMania 26.
What if they had a third,
Well, they did. They had one in Saudi Arabia. They had the tag team match in Saudi Arabia.
You know what I mean, dude. Like, what if WrestleMania 27, it wasn't... what if Shawn didn't retire? What if they had done something like that?
It's just one of those things. Is you had such greatness with those two matches. Do you really want to press your luck and try to top that? I mean,
it's true.
We saw Omega and Okada last year or 2 years ago. That they did it. They continuously topped themselves.
They had 4, right? Yeah.
But you just keep pressing your luck, and especially with these guys in their advanced age, you never know how long they have it.
Yeah, the first one could be amazing, second one could be the third could be good, but not as good as the first, so you never really know.
I mean, who knows if you put this exact same match at WrestleMania 15, and maybe those two guys are still in their athletic primes, but they don't have the story, and they don't have the backstory of everything that they've done in their careers leading up to this point. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe you have the exact same match without the streak being what it was. Maybe it's not remembered as fondly.
Maybe the in-ring could be even better, but the story is not there. At the end of the day, wrestling is all about the story. The Deadman doing his iconic pose, on the knee, kneeling, tongue out, purple and blue lights, smoke. Yes, exactly, Michael Cole. Sometimes it is indeed hell getting to heaven and succeeding. What was that one song? Hello, Darkness, my old friend?
Yes.
That's what it is right there. I think we stop it right there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the watch-along that we just did. WrestleMania 25, my favorite wrestling match of all time, as I've said numerous times on this podcast. I think it was like 44 minutes, dude. It had to be less than that, looking at the time. But Brandon, how'd you feel?
I mean, it's a great match. Obviously, watching it back, you know what's going to happen, so it takes a little bit of the excitement out of it. But just watching it, you're always just watching different things. I kind of like to focus on the crowd because it kind of definitely puts you in that moment of how people were feeling when the match was going on.
Yeah, I think what I'll do, throw up on Instagram. If people know of any anniversaries of wrestling matches coming up, just send us what they are, and we'll sit down and watch them. Maybe we've seen them before, maybe we haven't.
Maybe. I mean, a lot of Ric Flair 80s WCW things. I've heard about them, never actually watched them, so maybe we can do something like that.
Yeah, we should have watched Chi-Town Rumble. That anniversary was back in February. That was a good one. That was fun. That was really fun. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. It has to be on the network, obviously, so we can just pop it on and watch it. But yeah, that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy TakeOver New York tonight. Hopefully I retain my Bullet Cast Championship. Probably Brandon's just going to take it away from me as he normally does.
Because I am the NXT champion.
Yes, but then the big show. And I'm not talking about Paul White. That's when I swoop back in, become a 5-time champ. Booker puts me in the 5-timers club.
You had some pretty suspect picks. I might.
We'll see. We'll see. You never know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy WrestleMania weekend. Brandon, I think he's doing an analysis of TakeOver. And then the both of us will be doing an analysis of the biggest show of them all, WrestleMania 35, women's main event. It's all going down. Enjoy.